Welcome to Her Ink Empire. I'm Justine Almraz, and this is the podcast that redefines what's possible for you in the tattoo industry and in your tattoo education, not only in technical skills, but in business. This show is for fine artists, creatives, visionaries, artists of all kinds, even doodlers, who are ready to not just build a career, but a legacy. Here we merge mastery, freedom, and creative power to surpass the outdated industry norms, the outdated rules, and step fully into our creative power and roles as leaders in our communities. If you've ever felt like there has to be a better way, a better option to learn tattooing, to earn in this industry, and to lead in tattooing, you're in the right place. So let's build your empire, one bold, daring step at a time. Let's dive in.
That was the mission. That became the mission. Like, how do I get from here to there? And I just continued to meditate and surrender and trust that anything that came through in that form with that kind of feeling, I would trust it and I would take action on it.
And I believe there's like a deep connection between the artist and the person receiving the tattoo. And I just wanted to explore that more. So I asked Antonio, can I speak to your tattoo artist? And he sent me your website. So I would love to just start by asking you to just tell me a little bit about yourself, about how it all got started. I read on your website that, it all started when your mom gave you a tattoo, like a face painting kit at the age of 7. And it just tell me how it's evolved from there. I would love to hear your story.
Yeah. My mom was a huge influence creatively for me. And my grandmothers were also painters. So it was around me a lot. And I had this entrepreneurial kind of mindset even as a kid, wow, I could sell this thing I made. I could sell this thing I do. I just was always trying to sell anything I made. So I started doing face painting for myself and my friends, and then started doing it around 7-8 years old at my neighbor's birthday parties, making $4 an hour doing that.
Wow.
So I pretty much grew up in an atheist home. No one in my family is spiritual, I would say, at all. My mom is I think inspired by some magical things, but really there's no grounding in any spirituality in my home growing up. So even as a little kid, I had these sort of out of body experiences where I knew that I could feel. I remember being 4-ish years old and falling asleep and feeling this weird feeling that I didn't have words to describe until later. And it was that I could feel this massive form over me, and I could see my eyes, or I could see the structure of my bones around me, which would be my spirit, and felt claustrophobic inside this body, this heavy meat suit. It felt like I didn't have words as a kid to describe that feeling. So I knew there was something deeper and something else to identify or understand spiritually,
Yeah.
What is this spirit thing, Yeah. One evening, I'm listening to it, the meditation, and the woman talking, guiding me through this peaceful journey. And then it's just music. And all of a sudden, I'm laying down on my back, and at my feet, I see very clearly Jesus's face. And I'm like, what is that guy doing here? I don't know. I don't have any connection to him. What is he doing? And what he was trying to do, and we were trying to do, was line up our eyes. So bring our eyes into alignment with each other. And I remember going to a shaman after that and trying to decipher, what does this mean? And she's like, I don't really know. Actually, a few minutes after that vision, another vision came through. And I think that now where I'm at spiritually, looking back at the Jesus part of it, it makes a lot of sense that I feel like I was being guided by this like really pure love source, God, that was like guiding me and opening up my vision. I mean, he was like lining up our eyes. So I feel like he was opening up my vision, but I didn't associate the two because I knew nothing about Jesus until this last year. I actually was like, what was that about? And I'm exploring that or trying to learn about that. Side note. Okay. So the vision was right after I saw myself. I was very clear that it was my future self. And I was sitting in this beautiful room with wood floors looking out, with Florida ceiling windows looking out over this beautiful landscape of maybe an ocean or the sun setting and in the distance. And it was beaming into the room. And there's this woman sitting in front of me. Her back is to me. And I'm doing a tattoo on her back. And it felt really sacred. It felt really spiritual, transformative for her. And then I saw myself rubbing herbs into her back after doing the piece. And I came out of this like, holy, like this is my future self. And right now in my life, I think I was maybe just out of art school and trying to figure out what to do with myself. And I had just this knowing that I got to figure out how to get from here to there, not knowing anything about tattooing or how to make it a sacred experience, because I've never seen that before in our culture. And so that was the mission, that became the mission. Like, how do I get from here to there? And I just continued to meditate and surrender and trust that anything that came through in that form with that kind of feeling, I would trust it and I would take action on it. Mm-hmm. And the next few visions that came after that was like this beautiful tattoo studio that was like all inclusive and very friendly and kind and welcoming, and not male patriarchal dominant. And so and that's actually what I created about 7-10 years after that vision. So now I'm here, and that was in my early 20s. I'm 37 now, and I still haven't tattooed in that location in that way. So I feel like there's still like a whole nother level to it that I'm still open to experiencing, but I've been led spiritually through this whole journey. And the way that I tattoo has been guided by the visions I've seen when I meditate. And it's gone through like a very elaborate process with my clients to now a very minimal, very precise, like efficient method now, that I don't need to do all this other stuff that I used to do. I feel like that was like my training. And now I can just sit with someone and I tune in really quickly and I know exactly what I'm guided to draw what I feel from each person. So it's just a quicker process now. It's been an interesting journey. So that's
amazing. And thank you so much for like being so open and sharing this whole process.
Thank you so much for listening and being a part of Her Ink Empire. Remember, this is only the beginning. Your empire is already unfolding. Until next time, stay bold, stay aligned, and stay true to you as you build your artistic legacy.